This is Bob Ranquist, Boca Rio Golf Course Superintendent, with a progress report on our golf course renovation project at Boca Rio. We received a total of a little over 2 inches of rain this week, as 4 or 5 late night and early morning rain showers passed over Boca Rio. Because of the timing and limited amounts of the rainfall, we were able to continue working on the golf course renovation project each day this week. The rain was actually very beneficial for the grass that has been planted during the past couple of weeks. The Tiff-Eagle sprigs that were planted on 7 greens 2 weeks ago are rapidly developing new roots, stolons, shoots, and grass blades. We rolled and mowed the newly planted greens for the first time this week. The rolling helps smooth out any green surface roughness created by the sprigging process, and also helps compact and firm up the new greens mix added to the greens. We also fertilize the greens late in the week to encourage fast growth of the new grass on the greens. We will continue to fertilize the greens once every 10 days or so for the next few weeks until the turf is completely knitted together. Because of the strong early establishment of the Tiff-Eagle plants, we are now able to reduce watering of the greens to 2 to 3 times per day. We also rolled all the newly planted sod around greens, greenside bunkers, and fairway bunkers this week. Work continued this week on installing drain lines and gravel layers for the better billy bunker liners on holes number 4, 5, 6, 15, 16, and 17. We sprayed the binding polymer on the gravel blankets in fairway bunkers at number 7, 8, 11, 12, 15, and 16, and in greenside bunkers at number 6, 15, 16, and 17. The new bunker liners have now been installed in about 60% of the bunkers on the golf course. The gravel layer in bunkers at number 4 and 5 will be sprayed with polymer next week. Golf course architect Jim Nagel from Ron Force and Design Associates visited again this week, marking bunker edge lines, areas around greens that needed minor reshaping, and the configuration of mounds in several out-of-play areas in roughs. He also discussed alignment of tees and the construction of a new championship tee directly behind the red and white tee box at number 5, that will change the angle of play from the championship tee to match the same angle of play from the red and white tees. We began sprigging fairways and roughs this week with 800 bushels per acre of latitude 36 Bermuda grass. After the soil on these holes was smoothed and compacted, the sprigs were planted using a method referred to as sod to sprigs planting. A large roll of sod is loaded into the hopper of the sprigging machine, where it passes through a series of blades that shred the sod into sprigs. The sprigs are then dropped onto the soil, and a disc with straight slicing blades underneath the carriage of the sprigging machine presses the sprigs down into the soil to a depth of 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and then a roller behind the disc crimps the soil back together around the sprigs. Sprigging was completed on fairways and roughs of holes number 12 and 13 in about a day and a half. The sprigging machine can sprig about 5 to 6 acres per day. Although the rain showers prevented the scheduled sprigging on the 11th hole at the end of the week, the rainfall we received assures the sprigs planted on 12 and 13 will establish new Bermuda grass plants very quickly. Next week, we hope to sprig fairways and roughs on holes number 11, 14, and 8. It usually takes about 6 to 8 weeks for Bermuda grass to completely fill in after sprigging. With the exception of placing sand in the bunkers, you have seen videos now of almost all the processes necessary for completing our golf course renovation. As a result, beginning the week of July the 24th, we will post a summary video of the renovation work only once per week, with occasional additional videos being posted as needed. The video presentations will essentially shift from informational presentations to progress reports. Thanks for taking time to watch the videos. We appreciate your interest in and support of our renovation efforts on the golf course.